Howdy y'all, Sean here. Welcome back to Unicycling 101. Today I got another tutorial for you. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to say I'm kind of digging the whole film the audio in my car thing and then film me riding outside. And also, I'm sorry if I sound a little congested. I was feeling kind of under the weather last week, but I'm doing good now. Hopefully you can hear me well. Today I'm going to teach you how to ride seat in front. Now, this trick is a prerequisite for many other much harder tricks, so definitely important to get this down. It's also convenient if you need a break from the saddle, and it's just great for overall control. So first things first, prerequisites. As far as prereqs, there's not really many other than just being able to ride forwards and then being able to ride backwards and idle a little bit at least for control. But seat in front is a great exercise for teaching you to control your weight on the pedals. Now, I also wanted to mention, I actually learned to ride an ultimate wheel before I learned to ride seat in front. I would not recommend that. The ultimate wheel was really hard because I couldn't ride seat in front, but I got seat in front pretty quick, and I think it's because I learned ultimate wheel first. But seat in front is a much easier skill to learn, so I'd really recommend you learn seat in front first. And if you really want to tackle the ultimate wheel now, you can always learn these skills concurrently. That's helpful. I do that with skills a lot of the time. So the best way to get started out, in my opinion, is just hold onto a wall and try to ride holding onto the wall with one hand. So you'll have one hand on the saddle, the other hand on the wall. Also, you'll notice that as you pedal, the seat is going to want to move in the direction of your down foot when you're pedaling. So when you're starting to combat this, you're going to want to press against the seat with your hand or pull against it, depending on which way the seat is leaning. Now, eventually this won't be an issue, and you won't have to worry about having to push or pull on the seat in order to keep yourself centered. But as of right now, when you're starting out, it definitely will be an issue, so keep that in mind. You could use a spotter for this trick, but I never bothered with it. I really think your best bet is just getting to where you can, with reasonable consistency, ride while holding onto the wall with one hand. Make sure you stay straight up. Don't lean into the wall. Don't try to cheat the balance. No, you need to make sure your weight is going in the right spot. So you're just going to use the wall to barely support yourself. So get to where you can do that with reasonable consistency. Then I'd say just go for it. Ride like a few revs, hold on to the wall, and just completely let go and see how far you can go and keep pushing your record. Another important note is that when you're starting out, hold the seat against your body. This will give you more stability. It'll make the seat less inclined to sway from side to side. Once you get comfortable riding with the seat against your body, start working on extending the seat. Create some space between your body and the seat. This makes the trick look more visual. Now, it will be a little bit harder at first, but I'm sure you'll figure it out pretty quick. So you're at a point where you can ride pretty comfortably with the seat extended, and you're wondering, how do I get in and out of this skill? Well, it may seem hard at first, but I actually have a solution to make this really easy. Here's the secret. Work on stomach on seat. Now, I know some people recommend this as a prerequisite for seat in front. I really don't think it's necessary, but I do think it's helpful for learning the transition. So this is what I noticed when I first learned seat in front. I couldn't figure out the transition, but then I practiced stomach on seat for like a couple days, and I could do it pretty quick. Like I could already ride seat in front, so stomach on seat came really easy for me. But just practicing that, getting comfortable with that, once I could do that, just starting from a wall, I basically got the transition in and out of seat in front for free. I don't know what it is. This really is helpful though, in my opinion. Like, when I got the transition in and out of seat in front, I couldn't even ride stomach on seat that well. I could just ride that way for a little bit, and it was really helpful. If you want to get solid fast, practice turns. Left, right, circles, figure eights, even when you're not that good at going in a straight line, because this will make you better at going in a straight line. If I know how to turn left, I know how to turn right. I'm not just going to lose control while I'm trying to go in a straight line and then start going in some random direction. And then, of course, arm independence is a great exercise as well. What you can do is, with your hand that you have out for balance that is not holding the seat, you can start practicing with that hand behind your back in order to make the skill feel more relaxed. Another exercise you can do is start extending the seat even more and hold on to it with just a thumb and your index finger. This is a great exercise to learn seat drag in front, which is a very visual trick and a great trick to show non-riders. If you're struggling with this trick, like say maybe you can get a few revs, but you're not really getting that breakthrough you're looking for, feel free to vary it up. You could always try assisted idling or backwards. You'd be surprised how quickly you might pick up backwards or even idling. I'm not at all trying to imply that if you can't ride forwards that backwards is going to be easier. That's definitely not the case. I'm saying that maybe you can go 3 revs forwards, but then trying backwards and making it a rev will give you a better understanding of how the pedals react to how you're distributing your weight. And this will give you a better sense of control. Also, the idling, I think, is pretty tough to learn if you can't do forwards and backwards pretty well. I will save backwards and idling for another tutorial. My point to all this was that if you're just okay at going forwards, you may find that you can ride backwards just a little bit. And you may find that this actually helps your forward riding. And you have a head start on backward riding. So by the time you're ready to really start focusing on riding backwards, you can already do it a little bit, which will speed up the learning process significantly. So as far as mounting into this, because it's a useful skill, I think your best bet is putting one pedal at the bottom, like that. Put your foot down and just kind of lean forward and ride into it, like that. I don't think it's a very reliable method. It's kind of hard even for me. The method I use is just like this. I kind of support my weight in my hands, but it's more of an advanced technique, and I'll go over that in a later tutorial. But to start, how you're going to want to do it is the first method. That's a wrap on this video. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Leave a comment below for any other tricks you want to see tutorials for. Thanks for watching. See y'all in the next one.